In the red corner, it's Joe Louis, Tumpanpergent. 20 years of age, he started fighting when he was 10. 5 feet 5 inches tall, 33 professional fights, 10 losses and 3 draws. And in the blue corner, it's Chaopibob, Anusorn. 24 years of age, he started fighting when he was 10. 5 feet 4 inches tall, 46 professional fights for 12 losses and 4 draws. The sounds of the Ramue. Joe Louis, there he is in the red corner. Those who've been watching the program would have seen Joe Louis fight before. He's becoming a bit of a regular on board Muay Thai International. There he is, making his way crew and then winding into the Ramue. Joe Louis is a fine performer. He likes to get his punches going when he gets the opportunity. He's going to be tested strongly today because he's up against a very, very accomplished fighter in Chaopibob. Chaopibob has won a lot more fights than he's lost. A record of 46 for 12. And Joe Louis will be tested entirely here tonight. Joe Louis very strong with his knees and also does land a very solid punch. And Chaopibob, a very good all-rounder. There's Joe Louis, he's focused, he's loose, and he wants to win here today. Joe Louis in the red corner. Referee brings both fighters together, giving his final instructions before they go back and have those Mongkong crowns removed from their heads. Joe Louis, very determined out there today, as is Chaopibob. Chaopibob before the event said that he believed that he was well prepared and had done a lot of training, conditioning, and psychologically he was in the right frame of mind to win this contest. There he is, Chaopibob and Joe Louis. This contest is scheduled for 5 rounds of Muay Thai, 3 minutes a round and 2-minute breaks. The rules of Muay Thai are the use of the fists, elbows, knees and kicks. The kicking, often that roundhouse at long range does the damage. In close, it's the T-push kick, the knee strikes, the elbows and punches. Chaopibob into a grapple in the first round with Joe Louis. Well, they didn't take any time for any preparation, any probing. Both these fighters have gone in for the grapple straight away here in round 1. Both of them mean business. A good uppercut there by Chaopibob. Joe Louis a little bit loose in the fence there and took that solid uppercut by Chaopibob. Joe Louis stalking. Good defence there by Chaopibob, covering up his face with his gloves. A wild punch by Joe Louis, didn't hit its mark. Both fighters exchanging a few fist blows earlier on. Quite happy to get their shots in early in this contest. They're not going through the preliminaries of the probes. They're standing there waiting for the opportunity to let fly. T-push kick, Chaopibob. Roundhouse kick, Joe Louis. Joe Louis in the red has a second look down on Chaopibob. Chaopibob, equally as determined, stares him off. End of round 1. This fight has all the ingredients of warming into a thriller. Both fighters very intent on landing big punches and big kick and strong kicks. There's the uppercut by Chaopibob and the other and the follow-through punch. And I expect the action will be hotting up very, very soon here. T push kick, Chaopibob. Standoff now in the centre of the ring. Referee signalling that the fighters should start attacking. There he is taunting them again, saying get in there and start to fight. Both fighters, of course, fully understand that one false move here could be devastating in terms of the result, because right now both these fighters are working out what tactics they're going to use to get the upper hand. A false move could expose them, and that's why they're a little cautious here right now. Joe Louis stalks in and fires in the roundhouse to the body. Chaopibob persisting with those punches. T push kick by Chaopibob in the blue. Roundhouse kick by Joe Louis. Not much power in that movement though by Joe Louis. I think he's just trying to set Chaopibob up for something. Waiting for Chaopibob maybe to drop his guard as Joe Louis comes in, advances. But Chaopibob just slips around and not giving Joe Louis any chance of being able to take advantage of that aggressive move forward. There he is, Chaopibob again, smacking in that punch to the face of Joe Louis. He's taken 3 or 4 of those. A good solid roundhouse kick by Joe Louis in response, and that one had Chaopibob wondering a bit. And back he comes for another one, so these kicks are starting to get harder and more frequent. Chaopibob, T push kick to keep Joe Louis back. Joe Louis advancing, waiting for his chance to strike. Slips in the roundhouse kick, and Chaopibob comes back with a roundhouse of the same. Joe Louis again advancing onto Chaopibob. Punch kick by Joe Louis. And a teep push kick by Chaopibob pushes Joe Louis right to the other side of the ring. End of round 2. Well, we haven't seen this fight really light up yet, but there's a lot of intensity out there, believe me. As you see there, Joe Louis just doing a punch-kick combination, and back comes Chaopibob with the same. So both these fighters are really about to settle down, and I expect this fight will really fire up at any moment. If it's not in the 3rd round, it'll be certainly in the 4th. Well, we've done 2. We've got 3 more remaining. Into the centre of the ring they go. Both fighters have been exchanging quite a few blows with the fists. And there's Joe Louis again trying to get in close to Chaopibob. He's stalking now, Joe Louis. Chaopibob swings around again. Didn't work that time for Joe Louis. Missed easily with his kick by about 3 or 4 inches. And Chaopibob slips in those punches again like he did in the first 2 rounds. He does seem to be able to clip into Joe Louis whenever he wants to with those punches, and that's sort of a weakness I think that Joe Louis has in his defence. Joe Louis stalking onto Chaopibob, trying to get the grapple in, and then he can get his knees working. But every time he tries to get the grapple on to Chaopibob, Chaopibob just slips away. Eludes him every time. Now Joe Louis comes in with a series of roundhouse kicks, but back comes Chaopibob. Kick for kick at the moment. Very little separating these 2 fighters after the first 2 rounds, and this 3rd round's been very even also. Joe Louis desperate now as he tries to get into the grapple, and Chaopibob obliges and then just steps back and with a deep push kick, and there's punches, roundhouse kick, knee strike Joe Louis. Another good knee by Joe Louis, and again. Grappling is on, knee strike Joe Louis. Roundhouse kick by Chaopibob stops Joe Louis' advance forward. And then he comes in with hard punches and Joe Louis takes it. Deep push kick, Chaopibob. Chaopibob issuing a fair bit of punishment onto Joe Louis, but doesn't seem to upset Joe Louis. He just keeps on going, keeps on advancing forward. There is Chaopibob with deep push kicks, roundhouse kicks, uppercuts, giving Joe Louis a real pasting, but Joe Louis just keeps on advancing. So in the rules of Muay Thai, it's the effectiveness of the blow as well as the frequency of it, so the referees would not be that impressed with Chaopibob in terms of his effectiveness, as Joe Louis has been able to take them all on his stride. But for how long? As Chaopibob puts the grappling irons on, knee strike by Joe Louis. End of round 3. And Joe Louis gets carried back to his corner. Well, so he should too. He's taken a fair bit of punishment there from Chaopibob, but I'm sure he didn't need to be carried back to his corner, but that's all part of the teaming and bonding of his handlers and his cornermen. You can see there that Chaopibob in control of Joe Louis, as Joe Louis is trying to force his way forward, but he took a lot of kicks and punches and unable to deliver any telling blows. Round 4. Can Joe Louis get back into the action here and get on top? Goes on the attack again, but Chaopibob brushing him aside. Grappling irons are on. Knees by Joe Louis. Nothing significant though. Nothing that's really doing anything to give the impression that he's going to outscore Chaopibob. Now they're into the grapple, and Joe Louis unable to get his knee strikes in. He's been scoring with his knees left and right, but not any solid knee strikes to unsettle Chaopibob. As Chaopibob punches again, got his knee out in defence, moves around. He eludes Joe Louis for about the 3rd or 4th time in this contest, and then comes back with those punch-kick combinations, and Joe Louis looking a bit frustrated as he forces his way hard on top of Chaopibob. Now the referee watching closely here as Joe Louis goes in for the grapple. There's the knee defence by Chaopibob, very effective, and Joe Louis not really able to do much in the grapple because Chaopibob's got those punches working well for him, and also is able to grapple in a way that Joe Louis can't get his knees working. There we are, watch it again as the referee breaks now. Joe Louis been told to go up a cog, but he's finding it a great difficulty against such an experienced and confident fighter like Chaopibob. Chaopibob seems to know all the answers, and now Joe Louis, though, trying to drive in some solid knees onto Chaopibob in the corner, and there's the Joe Louis fans believing that they're succeeding somewhat too. Well, I don't think that the Chaopibob's been overly concerned about those knee strikes of Joe Louis. He's got his knee out in defence to take away a lot of the power, and I think he's more than matching Joe Louis with the knees anyway. Punches, kicks, another kick, solid roundhouse by Chaopibob. Back goes Joe Louis, and Chaopibob just flings him around, and Joe Louis is forced to hit the canvas. Knees by Joe Louis, hard in on to Chaopibob. Chaopibob being forced into the corner. Joe Louis now swung into the corner himself, and solid punches by Chaopibob to keep him there. Roundhouse kicks to the legs by Chaopibob. Solid punches again to the face of Joe Louis as the bell sounds, but a better round by Joe Louis. I don't think he necessarily lost that round, so it's leaving this fight wide open for the 5th. But Chaopibob did regain his composure towards the end of the 4th round, and I think he probably matched Joe Louis for that particular stanza, but with the first 3 rounds going Chaopibob's way, Chaopibob will go into the 5th and final round as the favourite. So last round, last chance for Joe Louis to get back into the contest by driving in some solid shots. Let's see if he's good enough. Into the grapple. Knee strike, Joe Louis. More knees by Joe Louis. Good knee strikes, but there's that deep push kick and punches by Chaopibob. Punches, roundhouse kicks Chaopibob. Knee in defence by Chaopibob. Joe Louis been forced now into the ropes. Goes for the grapple, swinging Chaopibob down and onto the canvas, but not very convincingly. But still, he's not out of it yet, Joe Louis. There's still time if he attacks to swing the judges in his way, but he's going to have to give everything he's got for the rest of this round. Punches by Chaopibob, roundhouse kicks by Chaopibob, and again, and he's starting to dominate Chaopibob over Joe Louis. Joe Louis, just to look like Joe Louis is about to sort of do some attacking, it was Chaopibob that scored the points, and no doubt after that encounter, Joe Louis is going to have to really juice up a bit, because there's no way he can stand back and hope that the referee will give it his way. I think that's a mistake. I think that it's Chaopibob that is the one that can cruise, and but by the look of the way that Joe Louis is carrying on, he thinks that he's ahead on points and he's the one that's going cruising. So maybe I wasn't seeing the same fight, but it looked to me as if Chaopibob has been the ringmaster for at least 70% of this 5 rounds of Muay Thai. And there he is, neatly using his roundhouse kicks, keeping Joe Louis away in this 5th round. So Joe Louis, it's a little bit surprising why he's decided to go defensive so early in this round when he was still building on points. There's Chaopibob's trainer, quite happy with the way things are going, telling him not to make any mistakes. He's ahead on points according to the calculations of the men in blue. And Joe Louis, I think it's a bit wishful thinking if he thinks that he's scored sufficient points to win this contest. Chaopibob, roundhouse to the body, another score. Joe Louis hasn't done too much scoring in this round at all. Got one kick in there, no power. End of the 5th. I think you'll find that Chaopibob will be declared the winner. He cruised towards the end of that 5th round, but he was well and truly in charge of the contest for the entire 5 rounds. And here he is fending off another attack by Joe Louis. Joe Louis takes some knees punishment and some of those roundhouse kicks. He comes back with a couple of kicks himself, but not to the same power or timing that Chaopibob has. And there he is, Chaopibob just dominating over events here in the 5th round. There's the knee strikes by Joe Louis, but again, far too little of them and too late. There he is, the winner on points. Chaopibob in the blue.